Good morning, collective. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. It's lovely to have each and every one of you with me. So this is going to be the daily collective for October 14th. 14th. I had it down yesterday. I had to stop and think what yesterday was. I always know what date it is, but I'm not so great with the day of the week, but not so great with the dates. So, all right, guys. So this is going to be a daily collective message. Some of you, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it's not your message, please do not force it to fit. These messages could be for all of you or some of you or whatever. You know the drill. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Let's see. So I am available for personal readings on a limited basis. That information is available in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. So use the Sacred Geometry deck just to get a little bit of insight, and then some overall, and get you guys a couple of cards for today. Spirit for October 14th, please. October 14th, please. Okay. Communication. Okay. Ooh, somebody's finding love, learning to speak their truth, learning to open up to love, talk about how they're feeling. Empowerment, I believe that was on the split yesterday for the daily collective. So let's read these guys to you and then we'll go from there. So communication, the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, and to stay in flow of source and balanced exchanges. Guys, as I'm reading that, I'm thinking to myself too, it's not just about what we're saying, it's also about our body language. So, if you're slumped over and you're feeling yucky, that's internally, if you're feeling yucky internally, there we go. You're going to see that from the outside looking in. So, it's also about how you're carrying yourself, how you're perceiving yourself, if you're, confident or not. Our bodies also speak to the external world around us as to how we're feeling too. So this may be maybe how someone is perceiving you. If you're in their energy and they see you looking mopey, they're kind of like, oh, must not be feeling so hot. That kind of thing is really how I'm taking this. 39, romantic love, which breaks down to a 3. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with reflection of a conscious lover. To me, this is about, for you guys with this communication here, is that, there's a desire to have some love in our situations, maybe reaching out, trying to figure out what it is that we desire in a partner. You may have somebody around you who makes you feel good, that when you're in their energy, you are uplifted. Your body language changes. People may be seeing that around you at this time, where they just see your enthusiasm for life really shift, where you may be a little quiet and reserved. Then when this person comes around, you may be speaking out and laughing and giggling and just stepping into your energy, into your power a little bit more, because it makes you feel good. So 3, divine feminine. The frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. That divine feminine energy, she is a nurturer, she is a lover, she is a carer, she is a giver. She comes from the heart space. She's got soft hands, healing hands. And maybe that's what you're looking for in a partner, that someone's going to kind of match your energy, be a little softer, more loving with you at this time. Spirit just keeps saying, trying to find the perfect match, trying to find what works. So you may be becoming more clear on what kind of person it is that you desire to have in your life, or maybe you're seeing that in your relationships right now as well. Somebody's coming in, whether it's already a spouse or a new love or whatever it might be, and they're giving you that empowerment. They're trying to give, renew. It's like a renewal of things would be the best way to explain it. All right, so I like those cards. Very nice. The heart space is open. Good stuff. I feel like we've all been struggling with that to some degree. You guys got the go ahead. All right, so we've got the High Priestess of Spirit. We got playful. Yeah, so High Priestess of Spirit to me is very much about listening to our intuition, being aware of what is around us, being present in the moment, learning to let go, release, be good listeners, understanding, paying attention to what's going on around us and within us. That playful energy, it's time to release, let go, find the positives in things, you know, in regards to this love, if that's what's going on for you at this time, you know, and it could be love to yourself, it could be love for someone else as well, but learning how to be a lot more relaxed than you have been for some time, learning to just to go with the flow, to find the little joys, find the giggles and the things that are going on. I think in the past at some point, guys, you know, this forbidden came out upside down or reverse. This may have been something you just were not in a space to be able to do for a while. Maybe taking life very seriously, being stuck in some kind of energies that just you felt like you couldn't be in flow, you couldn't be within yourself, or you couldn't find the time for other people in your life to nurture love. And when we're in that space, we're very off balance. So, you know, if you've been dealing with a situation where you felt like you had nothing left to give to yourself or to anybody else, I feel like you've become aware of that. And now it's time to kind of step into a little bit more of a relaxed state. So if you were, again, in a space where just everything was very difficult for a while, stressful, this forbidden in reverse is saying you got to go ahead to go ahead and just enjoy yourself, enjoy others, enjoy opening that up. Yeah, and denial underneath there. Like, I feel like you were denying yourself that right. You know, you maybe focused on work, focused on family, focused on home, whatever it may have been, but your focus wasn't on opening up. And I feel like there's a shift that's occurring that's allowing you to open up to that space. So they're also saying things that you've never said before. So in that communication, you may be feeling bolder than you have before to speak your truth as to what it is that you desire and what it is that you need. Not being afraid to open up to that. So I like that energy for you guys. All right. Contract and cornucopia. You may have just felt tied down. So see you walking away. We've got the walking away card here. Just kind of looking back, and it's like, do I really want to go there? And it's kind of like, to me, you know, you could see this as various ways. What I'm getting from this is that she's looking back on it and going, I managed to create, I managed to do, I managed to get through whatever this obstacle was, and now I'm setting myself free. She's definitely setting herself free from probably burdens, stress, that kind of stuff. Appreciation, accepting things for what they are, knowing that you can only do, I'm hearing only do so much. And then also we've got the healer of the age with financial constraint. I feel like you were spiritually and emotionally bankrupt for a while for some of you. And then underneath that, we've got the blossoming abundance. So let's do some clarifying and see what all scenarios are coming out on the wash today. Speaking of wash, if you hear noise in the background, that is my washer and dryer going. So I apologize. All right, guys. So let's see. So romantic love. So this walking away. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. You know, healing, you know, creating space. You know, I feel like you were working on foundations, you know, and now, you know, now being in a space where you can kind of take it easy, rest, relax, rejuvenate yourself. That's a good space to be in. We all need to nurture and care for ourselves. King of Wands, Page of Wands. To me, you know, I feel like you're taking action in a different direction. You may have kind of been in a space for a little while, and you've got the 8 of Pentacles on the bottom. You may have been in a space for a little while if you found yourself that you needed to walk away from certain situations, people, where what I'm hearing from Spirit when I'm thinking about that communication as well is, you know, our words and our actions, are they meeting? And it's like, you know, I'm willing to start over new with new possibilities rather than doing things an old way, that I'm sitting there watching things around me that maybe aren't being as fruitful as you would like them to be, whether they are relationships, people. To me, this kind of feels like an examination of the people around you is how it comes across. And it's like, okay, like I'll start off anew. I'm going to turn my back to where we were, and I'm going to do this differently this time around. So I feel like you're taking some action in a different way, starting off into a new phase, a new journey that is going to, I feel like it already makes you feel good. The idea of whether it's self-care or this new romance or just being more playful in your energy, it already feels good to you. You're already seeing the fruits of that very quickly. But you know, you've got to keep working on it. And I do feel like that is a good space for you to be in and to, you know, touch upon, you know, that no matter what avenue you take, there's going to be some struggles along the way. There's going to be some uphill battles. And that's okay, right? Like it's still, we're always learning a new lesson, a new understanding. And that 9 of the walking away, it's completing a cycle or getting too close to completion of a cycle, so that we can just go, okay, it was what it was, and now we're moving forward. So I like that. I like that energy for you guys. So appreciation, 6, the Tower. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. You may have had, I feel like for some of you, and this is a little concerning to me in one way, and I don't want to, some of you may be finding that either you or somebody around you, they're going to experience a very significant Tower moment. And it's learning how to take care of yourself. It's also learning about healing. It's also, golly, that took a quick shift. This is completely something different. Pay attention to how you're feeling, what you're thinking. To me, the Tower with the 4 of Swords, I don't like that energy at all. That's not a good space to be in. You know, guys, sometimes when you do this work, you get messages you don't ever want to get. It can be a representation of many different things. To me, whatever this is putting you flat on your back, or somebody you're dealing with is maybe putting them flat on their back. It may be a very significant disruption to your home space. This person may be at a distance from you. If something is going on, I want to say it is the scales balancing out some karma. You know, we're going into the solar eclipse on the 25th. Things may take some drastic turns that are going to affect things for a while moving forward. Move by. 1 second. I feel like I've got to sneeze. Excuse me. I have sneezed the last 3 days, I think, every single daily collective video. What that means, 3s, mind, body, spirit, right? Mind, body, soul. Oh, golly. Okay. I'm going to get one more card. I think we're going to use a different deck, though, to clarify this. I'm not a big fan of how these cards came out for this particular part of the reading. All right, Spirit, what is this about? Okay, this card got okay. Let's try this again. Being all wonky. I don't like the way those came out of there. This, please. Father of Pentacles. Okay, to me this is more of a disruption of the home space. We had that 10 of Pentacles on the bottom over here. Somebody, oh God. All right. I just don't like this energy. You may be dealing with somebody who enjoys conflict. They can't find a value or a thank you in anything that is done. They enjoy the disruption. They may walk in and cause a disruption. They may be sly in their energy. They create all kind of games, and then they walk away. And then they try to create this idea that they are put together. If they don't have appreciation for the situation or for the things around them, it's almost like they try to create financial instability, whether it's, and I want to say it's for you, like they're trying to, you know, whether cause you expenses, give you grief, emotionally bankrupt you, hurt you. And I feel like this card over here comes with these new opportunities. The flip to this is I've got this 15 and the 51. They're mirroring energies, right? The 13, which is financial constraints, feeling empty. Some of you may really, really be dealing with somebody who is, psycho, absolutely out of their damn mind. I don't like it when somebody or something comes out like this, but it is what it is. This can be somebody karmically that you're dealing with. This may be somebody that, Spirit is saying they're going to get theirs. So, I mean, you cannot do dirty deeds and expect it not to come back eventually and backfire on you. But I feel like for you, despite it, it's like lessons learned. You may be also understanding the lessons that you've learned, and you yourself may be like, okay, fine, like I am stable, I am balanced. It might take me a little time to get there. You may be looking at the challenges around you. There's that 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles get on the split. You may have had to rebuild if this has already happened. But I also know that you're confidently going in the correct direction as well. Somebody may be, oh yeah, Wheel of Fortune, shit's changing. Cycles closing, new ones are opening. I don't know why, like I just heard you might be dealing with an Aries. I really don't have any cards of Aries over here. Well, yeah, no, I have no sword. I have the one sword. Yeah, I don't know why I'm hearing Aries, but you might be dealing with an Aries. This may also pertain to children as well. And that's 6-6. Maybe they're kind of dragging you through the mud when it comes to your kids somehow. The Moon. There are things playing out behind the scenes to me that, and you've got that Queen of Cups underneath there. So this romantic love that we had at the beginning, understand it may not just be in romance itself, but rather just loving yourself, loving your children, loving your family life, whatever it might be. This Moon to me is telling me that with this Wheel of Fortune, that this new direction, this new, like, I'm going to rebuild. I see the fruits of my labor already. More of that I feel like is coming. With this wheel turning, things are changing. Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Cancer here, Capricorn. I read them all different. It just depends on what I'm getting. So you may be dealing with a Libra. The path is not going to be straight and narrow when it comes to this situation, whatever this is. But I think the best thing that you can do is find compassion and love for the situation. If you're going to take this head on in an angry way of resistance, it's going to create greater conflict. And you don't want to be in that space. So if the person you're dealing with is coming from this, conflict, right? Like you got the 7 of Swords or the 7 of Wands, the Page of Cups. Like you're going to have to give this situation love. You're going to have to continue to nurture it, because you are going to be met with some stiff competition. You're going to be met with some, it's almost like if they smack you, you're going to have to turn the other cheek kind of thing, and still come back with a graceful way about you. Because if not, that's going to backfire for you. The 4 of Pentacles, hanging on, right? And there goes that one. Got some hanging on going on, and you've got the Strength. I'm telling you, you're going to have to try to find ways to compromise with this situation, this disruption that's coming in or has already come in. People hurt people. People that are in pain create pain. Sad but true. It's just how it is. So you're going to have to really learn how to tame your emotions and stay emotionally balanced through whatever this situation is. Speak your truth, come through, communicate well. You're just going to have to hold yourself together. That 4 of Pentacles I'm looking at that Page of Cups, that Four of Pentacles, and that Strength card. You're really going to have to keep yourself together. And this person, I feel like they're causing resistance. They're pushing back, trying to get you aggravated, trying to get you upset, trying to create illusions of who you are and what's going on, the key factors to the situation. So I'm going to say to you, very important to remain grounded, remain stable. You're learning something new, but I also feel like a higher authority is also gaining insight to the situation as well. So, oh my, what a message. Okay. All right, guys, let's see. I don't have any. All right, let's get some healing mantras. We'll do that. I don't have all the decks right here right now, so I'll get a few new ones. I'm due for some new ones. It's been a minute. All right. Spirit, what advice do we have for the collective today? I think you guys are off on a good journey, though, so I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you're doing what you need to do. 3 cards, Spirit, 3 cards. All right, well, we'll take that one. It started to come out. What's an extra message, right? All right, so untangling neglect. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. So that to me is kind of like I talked about earlier with the love thing. It could be someone else, but it also could be you that you're nurturing at this time. And make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you are nurturing yourself, that you're not neglecting the parts of you that also need loved and cared for at this time. Transforming tragedy. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Yeah, I mean, and there's that appreciation, understanding what we've gained rather than what we've lost, how our perspective have changed or has changed. Without those certain circumstances, we wouldn't see things the way that we do. Balancing the brain, balancing those emotions, right? Heart and head. I can be and do all at once. You are able to integrate both sides so that you are able to bring in love and compassion and yet logical thought and do things from a well-grounded, well-balanced place. Growing beyond the guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. And that's what I was saying in that transforming tragedy. Without those lessons, if it wouldn't have happened that way or with those circumstances, you wouldn't be able to see it from that perspective. You wouldn't have gained that insight and wisdom that comes along with that. So don't ever see it as something negative. I mean, we can create any situation and find a negative in it. I used to say to Spirit all the time, like, God, what else could go wrong? And what we don't realize is we're calling in, like, spirit, universe, whatever is going, okay, you want to see what else can go wrong? Here, I'm going to show you what else can go wrong. Already, just buckle up, because here we go. But then the one day, I don't know what it was, I was sitting there thinking, and I'm like, okay, so if they can show me all the shit that can go wrong, can they show me all the shit that can go right? So finally, I was like, okay, Spirit, let's get on the same page here. And like, if you can do this, then you show me all the beauty and everything around me. Show me what can be so darn good. And within days, everything started to shift and change, and all these wonderful things were happening. And I felt like the universe was raining down these supreme gifts to me. So, make sure you're staying in appreciation, not of the things that went wrong, but, think about those things. You can sit with those things for a little bit, take the lesson and go, okay, what ended up working out to my benefit as a result of this? And, asking for those divine gifts, finding that appreciation even in the tough moments. And I think even through whatever the situation is, this disaster, taking a time to heal, make sure when you're driving, you're paying attention to what's going on around you. For some reason, that just seems to be, it's come to me a couple of times now, and I'm like, well, it keeps coming up. I need to say this. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Yeah. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Something significant, though, is going to complete. And for some reason, Sunday is coming up in my mind as well. So pay attention to people's motives, betrayal, backstabbing around you. I don't know why that's coming up. I don't have the 5 of Swords or the 7 of Swords here. But be cognizant, live in your good grace state, but be aware of what's going on around you. So, all right, guys, if you find that this video resonates for you, please hit that like button. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. You're going to get notifications every time a video is posted. I am so excited to be able to be on a consistent basis again. It's been wild and wonky, and I needed some reprieve. So all is well. I'm wishing you guys the very best day. Oh, there we go. Let's make sure something was working. Sorry about that. Wishing you guys the very best day, and I'll see you soon and on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.